Jill, Tegan, Paxton,
Kaylin,
and we're proud members of California Coast Credit Union.
We were all able to get car loans through CalCoast at a great rate. It was quick and easy, all 4 times.
That's the CalCoast advantage to us.
Shop GTM stores in Lemon Grove, Santee, and Otay Mesa and discover bargains on thousands of brand name home, office, and personal items at savings of up to 70% below other retailers. For coupons, directions, and more, go to gtmstores.com. GTM.
Can you make this cake for my daughter's birthday?
Donna realized her network was surprisingly slow. So she switched to Metro PCS and got her family 4 lines with unlimited high-speed data for $100, period. Metro PCS. Wireless figured out.
Live from Valley View Casino Center, San Diego, California. It's time for Major Arena Soccer League action. Tonight, the San Diego Sockers welcome the Turlock Express back to the field, looking to improve on their 8-0 record, trying to sweep 3 straight from Turlock. Alongside Nate Abarea, Craig Elston here with you with San Diego Soccer's action on MASL TV. And Nate, as the Sockers currently pause to remember Shadow Stevens, who passed away, of course, 2 seasons back, and remember him on the big screen, we'll take a moment to join that celebration before we continue any soccer talk.
Fans, at this time, we ask that you please rise and join us in a moment of silence in loving memory of Abel Shadow Sabelli. Thank you. And now, fans, we ask that you please remain standing and kindly remove your hats. And now, as we honor America and our armed forces serving at home and around the world, please welcome to midfield tonight's national anthem singer, Eloisa Guerrero Cherez, in the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you very much, Eloisa, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
And with that, let's kick the broadcast off proper once again. The San Diego Sockers and the Turlock Express ready to get things going. Major Arena Soccer League action on YouTube and MASL TV. Craig Elston, Nate Abarea with our Sockers broadcast crew. Chris Toth will be in net for San Diego. Edgar Martinez for Turlock. And we remember the last time we saw these two teams here in San Diego, Nate. Edgar Martinez had maybe the performance of a lifetime just to keep the Sockers to single digits.
Oh, yeah, the notion that the Sockers didn't score 20 in that game, it was to credit to the man that you just mentioned, Mr. Edgar Martinez, wearing the number 1 on his back for Turlock. Craig, Happy New Year. First off,
New Year.
Good to be back here in the Valley View Casino Center, and there's this ever-developing storyline. It just keeps getting better and better with every passing Sockers game. Right now, that storyline is entitled 8-0. But the next time we're in here, there could be a different number, but it's that word, unbeaten, undefeated, perfect, perfection on the line every time. You want drama? You want to create some buzz? How long can you keep it going? Undefeated, 8-0. Can they make it 9 tonight?
Well, the Sockers and the Monterey Flash are two teams that are currently on a collision course, Nate. And you just take a look at the schedule and you understand that it's coming. It's January 28th at Monterey Arena. That will be the meeting of quite possibly, perhaps, maybe, two unbeaten teams. But before here and there, many games, nonetheless, it does appear clear at this time that the two best teams in the West are San Diego and Monterey. And taking nothing away from tonight's opponent, it really does look like that could be the Western Conference.
Well, there's got to be an eye looking at that game, but obviously Phil Salvaggio will be the first person to tell you that this team is focused on the task at hand. That's beating Turlock tonight. That's taking care of business in every subsequent game before later this month, and that trip down to Monterey. And you talk about that perfect mesh of nostalgia and up-to-the-moment excitement, that matchup between the San Diego Sockers and Monterey. That's going back to the glory era of the MISL, and it's the glory 2018 moment of the MASL here this season with those two teams with those unbeaten records. Cannot wait for that one. Monterey and SD, baby.
15 minutes are on the clock for first quarter action here. The Sockers are going to have their dark blue tops with light blue shorts and yellow socks and run right to left in the opening 15. Turlock playing in gray with black numbers, black shorts, black socks, and they will run left to right. Now, the Express powered by Yvonne Campos, but the pride of Watsonville unable to draw in tonight, Nate, and that shelves, for all intents and purposes, the majority, if not just the plurality, of the Express offense.
So does that leave me as the pride of Watsonville by default?
In the building, you are top contender.
As the only Watsonvillian left here in the Valley View Casino Center, I now take that title from Mr. Campos.
Meanwhile, here's how the Sockers will line up tonight. Drawing in for San Diego this evening, Chris Toth, as mentioned, in net. Raimundo Contreras, Anthony Medina, Felipe Gonzalez, Brian Farber, Cesar Cerda, Luan Salas Oliveira, Raimundo Reza, Brandon Escoto, John Sosa, Craig Childs, Eric Tovar, Hiram Ruiz, Chad Haggerty, and Matt Clare. The ball's down. We are underway. And Toth playing it out to left wing, conceding an immediate chance, which was wide to near corner and bicycled down to the zone by Felipe Gonzalez. And a little bit casual start for San Diego there, Nate.
And you talk about Campos being out for Turlock. Where's the offense going to come from? It's the obvious question. He accounts for the heavy majority of their goals this season. The 2 games that they've won, he's been the top performer in both of those wins. One of the leading goal scorers in the entire MASL. Without Campos, where does the offense come from for this Turlock side?
Here's Adrian Gutierrez scooting up the far wall. Lays it off on right wing, flicked wide. Good opportunity there for Jose Barajas. And I would say 2 decent chances, grade B, if not better, for Turlock. Here's Gutierrez again, top of the box, and a shot save. Rebound, Toth scrambling forward, ball still loose, and kicked out by Ruiz in discomfort on the field. Looks like he's holding his right hip. And athletic trainer Paul Savage coming out for the Sockers. So a minute 3 in, and really 3 good chances right away, Nate, for Turlock. And on that one, when Toth unable to corral the rebound, Ruiz, great work to get the ball out. But it looks like in doing so, we get a chance to watch replay, and looks like he may have just strained his hip.
Either strained something or just took kind of a nasty shot in the midst of that scramble, but far too much open space in the opening minute and 3 seconds. Sockers player back up to his feet now.
Well, Ruiz is up. It's interesting in that it's not the hip that would have been burned on the rug as much as maybe just a stretching issue pregame.
It looks like he's walking just a tad gingerly, but I don't think his evening is done. We shall see.
There may be a little bit more attention on the bench from
Finishing
Paul
up.
Savage and Carol Wickerat.
Finishing up, Craig, really just a lackadaisical start. The opening minute plus for the Sockers team. Falling asleep on a couple of occasions. Again, far too much time and space to work with for the visitors from Stanislaus County.
These 2 teams met in Stanislaus County on Friday night at the Turlock Indoor Soccer Arena, and that was an 8-2 Sockers win. That was a game that the San Diego Sockers pulled away in the second half. Oliveira with 4 goals. Oliveira with the ball on his foot right now. And he rolls it into a vacated far corner. Battle for possession ensues, chipped into the box and flicked out by Turlock. The Express and the Sockers, 3rd meeting of the year, 3rd straight meeting. Here's Farber, right to left wing pass was blocked. Tovar waits and shoots, punched down by Edgar Martinez. And there's the first good chance for San Diego tonight.
Tovar just waiting for gravity there, waiting for that thing to fall. Had to contort himself. Good effort in the end. Acrobatic.
Contreras working back to dispossess, and here comes Contreras. He opened up the book and he falls. Play on, says our referee. Tovar with a wall ball into an empty far wing. And the Express lifted out to offensive midfield, brought back in by Escoto and returned out by the Express. 12:33, clock running in the first quarter, scoreless yet. Here's Brandon Escoto. The potent left footer. Back to John Sosa. And Sosa's just as good as distribution as you can find, and there's an example. To Escoto in the corner. Works it out to the left foot. Tried to feed Craig Childs. Captain's in the box, and as he falls down, Turlock's got the ball. Played right back. Nice steal back by Escoto, and as he comes off on a change, the 3rd minute walks off the clock. 12 left in the first quarter, no score. Sockers and Turlock Express on YouTube. Sosa bending ball through offensive midfield. LSO could not control. And the Express flick it back. Chance for Sosa to run. Everyone's getting their legs loose here. Sosa gets barrel rolled into the near wall, and that'll lead to a common foul. Chris Toth. He and Boris Pardo, his teammate in net, 1-2 in the MASL in goals against and save percentage. Not bad. Might say something about the team they play for too, Nate.
Could be.
Here's Matt Clare. Little give and go look. Back to Oliveira at the midfield stripe. Childs, nice flick on. Here comes Clare, but Martinez waiting. He can glove it inside that rectangle. And rolls one out to the edge of his crease.
Love that idea from Childs there moments ago. That flick through, eyes on the back of his head, playing as that target position. Saw Clare on the outside. Inches off in the end of it.
Reza off, Escoto back on. Here's Matt Clare. 4th minute gone now. 10:52 left in a scoreless first.
And you love to see that creativity flowing from guys like Childs and Clare early in the game. Lets you know they're in the mood. Do something special tonight.
Here's Contreras. Long ball forward. Looking for Escoto. He'll play it into the corner. Gets it on his chest for a moment. Getting harassed over there by Belmonte. Then crashed into. Escoto is now an ink spot on the pitch, and he's back up. Belmonte flips one, and here coming the other way, Contreras. Opportunity for Jesus Belmonte to come forward. Left to right wing pass. Into the corner. Felipe Gonzalez first there. Jorge Carmona marking him. Back to midfield. Turlock working with Selvin Bonilla. Seldom draws in, but an open spot on the roster with Campos out tonight. Back heel by Tovar to get the ball out of harm's way, and then Escoto gets held up and another common foul call. 5th minute gone, 9:58 left to go. You know, it's hard to get from here to there, Nate, so both teams had long travel after that Friday night game. Not surprising that on a Sunday evening we aren't seeing tip-top in the first 5 minutes. I think these teams will warm up and provide a show, and there's the first one. LSO to Childs for an easy kick in on a lateral run through the box. 1-0 Sockers. They score first at 6:17.
Nose for goal from Captain Fantastic. Craig Childs right into the danger area. Beautiful ball in from LSO. Simple finish in the end of it, but it's all about the movement. It's all about Childs knowing when to crash. He crashes at that perfect moment in time. Looks right back at Luan Salas Oliveira. Says, thank you very much, my friend. Sockers 1, Express 0.
5:17 that time of goal. Childs 15th of the season to lead the Sockers.
Assisted by number 11, Luan Oliveira. Time of the goal, 5:17. Again for the Sockers, the goal by Childs from Oliveira at 5:17.
Hey, don't forget the Sockers are back in action at home. This is the first of a 2-game homestand for San Diego, and it's our first Friday night home game of the year, Nate. Sockers taking on Danny Waltman and the Tacoma Stars next Friday. That's January 12th. Get your tickets at sdsockers.com for that one. Let's fill up the joint and enjoy this Sockers team. Out to a 1-0 lead, and now on the attack again as we lose the 6th minute. 5:17 was where we scored in the 6th minute. Childs is 15th from LSO. Back on the field is Ruiz. And that's good news for the Sockers, and it's a sign that Paul Savage has those magic fingers at work again on the bench. Cesar Cerda, pride of Saltillo, Mexico. Over to Toth, little toe poke over, and here's the always excitable Luan Salas Oliveira. Looking for a midfield run with Claire. They lost the ball. Back the other way comes Turlock. And the Express get a chance. Perhaps. Roll to left wing. There's the equalizer. Perfectly placed by Barajas. The pass on left wing. Waiting to see the man turn for who scored.
I think it was Carmona.
But it was a perfect strike. And it's 1-1.
It was indeed Jorge Carmona. Beautiful setup from Barajas. As you rightly point out, you saw the patience there. You're waiting for number 8 to pull the trigger there. I'm sure a few people on the Turlock side were saying, Barajas, shoot, my friend. You got the angle. Barajas knew what he was doing. He was a step ahead of everybody. Patience is a virtue. Waited for Carmona to make that run. Picked him perfectly with that pass on the ground, and Carmona absolutely blistered that thing past Toth. Roof of the net, 8:18 left. We're all notched at 1.
Turlock goal scored by number 12, Jorge
Here's
Carmona.
Farber looking to come right back and off Child's toe.
Time of the goal, 6:42.
And indeed, good eyes there, partner. Carmona. Here come the Sockers. It's Farber! Brian Farber off the perfect hair. A header as only Farbisi could do it. Nice and easy. 2-1.
Edgar Martinez coming out for this thing. Ready for the two-hand punch, and the head of Farber says, nah. 2-1 San Diego. 8:01 left. Beautiful start to this game. Say it was slow to really get kicking off. I think both sides heard us talking. These last few minutes here have been spectacular. Highlights aplenty for both sides. It's the home team back in front.
And how about the alley-oop pass from Brandon Escoto?
Great service.
Here's goal! Scored by number 7, Brian Farber. Assisted by number 19, Brandon Escoto. Time of the goal, 6:59.
An incredible start to this one now, 2-1, but Farber with a header in from the box. And yet not a single follicle out of place. It's just amazing. Here's a chance for 2. And wide to the left by Turlock. They had to have that one, Nate. That was 2-2 on the foot. Anthony Medina trying to turn out of the zone. Wow. Maybe instead of a slow start, it's just a defense-free start. Childs back to Toth. I mean, right now, by my accounting, Turlock with slightly better striking has 4 goals in this game. They've had the opportunities. And Gutierrez using his frame to hold off Childs. As the Express run up. Now here's Gutierrez with a step over. Coming to the red line. His shot blocked. Reza stayed with him all the way. And now we'll send it forward looking for... Childs gets a boot to the face of Barajas. And that'll give the ball back to Turlock along with a shiner. Chance for Toth to collect off of Manny Villegas' corner turn. 6:25 left in the first quarter. And here's a top of the box opportunity for San Diego. Missed kick by Turlock's Adrian Polito. And as we reach the officials' timeout in the first quarter, an opportunity, Nate, to plan a set piece. Well, we want to remind you that the platinum sponsor of the San Diego Sockers is California Coast Credit Union. Started by teachers in 1929, Cal Coast is San Diego's longest-serving financial institution with 24 local branch locations. We're dedicated to improving lives in our community. Become a Cal Coast Credit Union member today. Visit calcoastcu.org.
Platinum.
That means tops. Todd Lane, President, CEO, Cal Coast Credit Union. Awesome guy, great humanitarian as well. You know, they invite underprivileged kids to come to the high-five tunnel for every Gulls game, every period, going out there high-fiving the guys, coming out onto the ice. Just a great local institution, and what I love is that they're committed to being local and being in the community.
Absolutely. Drawing board time for the set piece now.
What do you think? Giles will be the man to initiate, but will he be the one to tuck it in or lay it off?
Look out for Claire over on that far side, the right attacking side for San Diego right here.
This is a gift top-of-the-box opportunity. Can the Sockers turn it from 2-1 to 3-1? Giles will wait. Three-man wall in front of him. And two men winged off. It's a very tight box for Turlock. Giles, hesitation. Claire, back heel. Here's the play through. They were looking to back post for Hiram Ruiz. And it was deflected, and the ball is down the field. Working through the 9th minute here. 6 minutes left in the first. Shots are 4 even. The score's 2-1 Sockers. Gonzalez to Sosa. Claire with the room to turn. Plays it back. Up top right now, Eric Tovar had a big game on assists to LSO up in Turlock. Much different game in Turlock, though, as you know, Nate, because it's an entirely different field. You're almost just playing on this field from the red line to the red line.
It's tight. It's a little tight.
I mean, I'm only slightly exaggerating when I say that. In all honesty, I've been there several times. It's a much smaller field, and with that, it's a different type of game. That ball behind Farber, and an opportunity now, perhaps. Turlock stop and go move. Adrian Placencia on the near wall, went down and lost it. Here's the counter. Escoto, can he bend a ball through? Farber, and Escoto will be called on this one as he stays down.
So Turlock's field a little more akin to the pitch in Hermosillo than this pitch here in San Diego, we could say.
Yes.
See.
Or what Eddie Velez's old Tijuana Revolucion team played on. Now 10 gone, 4:50 left in the first. Gutierrez is getting pinned in his corner. Wall ball's going to be a giveaway. Here's Tovar, and he had Escoto in the middle. Couldn't get him the ball. Toth back to Sosa, regrouping with greater space. Cerda comes out. Here's Escoto. Got by Barajas, into the zone, steps to the left, now reverses. And he'll play it off to the wing. Quick ball movement. Sosa has to keep it going, and Kiatepana has to get out of the way. Cerda and Sosa work backwards with 4:18 on the clock first quarter. 2-1 Sockers. Here's Medina straight away, top of the box. Right wing, Sosa down low. Here's LSO, right to the one time. Big save Martinez, denying Sosa a sure goal. The throw out knocked down by Ruiz, and the Sockers get possession back through Chris Toth.
That was a top stop there from Martinez. First, surely of a few this evening for the performance we saw the last time he was in this arena. Could have been a goal at the near post.
Giles looking fit and tan.
Ooh.
Here's Ruiz, right wing. This should be one. Contreras puts it home. Ray Contreras makes it 3-1 Sockers.
Beautiful finish from Contreras right there. And the audacity with this chip really was absolutely necessary. You look at the two trailing defenders, both going down with the slide. Martinez coming out trying to get big with the hands. That was the only finish available right there. Might look like it was just a close range tap in. No, that needed the chip. That needed that extra little bit of style. Every bit of it necessary from Contreras. What a goal. 3:41 left here in the first quarter. That was lovely.
Formerly of the Solas de Sonora, Raimundo Contreras. And what an addition he has been, and a two-way addition at that.
Scored by number 3, Raimundo Contreras. assisted by number 63, Hiram Ruiz. Again for the Sockers, the goal by Contreras from Ruiz. With 3:22 left in the first, San Diego 3, Turlock 1.
And back to action with Sosa holding outside center circle. We talked about it a little bit earlier. Edgar Martinez kept the Sockers from putting a teenage number on the board in their last home meeting. 3 goals already up. 3 minutes left in this first quarter. And here's Claire with space. Claire extra unselfish and then recovers the ball with just nifty work outside the red line.
Good stuff from Maddie Claire there.
Claire with the ball on a string. Tovar tried to get it back through the big guy Belmonte. After a pinball, Claire wins it back to Toe.
Well, and one thing, Craig, that Claire wants to do more of is be able to face up with defenders.
Escoto dragging to his left. Cuts through the legs, tried for the nutmeg, and instead it's a potential 3-on-2. Sockers running back. How about Farber? No, I'll just steal that ball from you instead. Never you mind. Arturo Polito just got taken to Farbese Speed School. Out of play, top of the box against San Diego. This is going to be a free kick for Turlock. Chance to get one back here. So while the Sockers look devastatingly efficient tonight offensively, Nate, the defense in the first quarter has left much to be desired. And let's see if here they can hold on a potent set piece. It's Polito. Tipped by and blocked by the wall. Well done. Into the corner.
The wall doing its job right there. I actually really like the deception on that free kick there from Turlock.
13 minutes gone.
They got to take advantage of every set piece tonight.
Good idea by Escoto. Pressuring Gutierrez. Pressuring Gutierrez.
Oh, no.
Taking it from Gutierrez. Getting
No
barrel
foul.
rolled by Gutierrez.
No foul.
Went right over the top of the big boy. And here's a chance to come back again. Oh, off the bench. Just in the nick of time was Turlock's Barajas. Contreras knocks it back, but not out. And then away into the stands.
Craig, you talk about Barajas kind of getting away with one there. I think the Sockers actually about a minute prior had walked a very
I saw that
thin
too.
line.
The 3-on-1 that became a 3-on-2.
The 3-on-1 that conveniently that extra defender was back. I think that was the evening up. That was the karma playing out its course right there. Both teams getting away with one.
J'accept. Placencia blocked by Medina. Plays it back and keeps possession for the Express.
There shall be an appropriate number of players on the pitch for each side from here on out.
Near corner, Contreras. I mean, we've seen some pretty goals already. The Contreras flick, the Farber header, and how about when Barajas laid one off to Carmona? And now Felipe Gonzalez has stopped doing that stuff, Barajas. He's chasing him into the 15th minute. Belmonte. Back to Adrian Polito.
Really like what I've seen from Barajas here in this first quarter. Now orchestrating things, pulling the strings for Turlock.
Belmonte brings Placencia into the corner, but Childs can get there first, and Toth says punt. 36 seconds. Edgar Martinez. Long forward, Placencia draws 2. There's under 30 to go in the first quarter. Barajas works his way through offensive midfield. He's got Childs tracking him. And then a tip steal by Ruiz, but Belmonte is there, and Ruiz decides to ride him for a moment. Back to Martinez, 10 seconds. Barajas says, can't get there. Contreras, off of the foot of Claire. He saw a car pass by and hit his foot. And the horn's going to sound to end the first quarter. Shot 6-4 in favor of San Diego. 3 goals for the Sockers. Craig Childs, Brian Farber, and Raimundo Contreras. Jorge Carmona answers from Barajas for Turlock. 15 complete, 45 to play from Valley View Casino Center. 3-1. The Sockers lead the Turlock Express on MASL TV.
Will, Tegan, Paxton, Kaylin.
And we're proud members of California Coast Credit Union.
We were all able to get car loans through CalCoast at a great rate. It was quick and easy, all 4 times.
That's the CalCoast advantage to us.
Shop GTM stores in Lemon Grove, Santee, and Otay Mesa, and discover bargains on thousands of brand name home, office, and personal items at savings of up to 70% below other retailers. For coupons, directions, and more, go to gtmstores.com. GTM.
Can you make this cake for my daughter's birthday?
Donna realized her network was surprisingly slow. So she switched to Metro PCS and got her family 4 lines with unlimited high-speed data for $100, period. Metro PCS. Wireless figured out.
Live second quarter action now from Valley View Casino Center on Sports Arena Boulevard. The San Diego Sockers, 14-time indoor soccer champions, continuing the quest for 15. Long way from here to there, 22-game regular season, approaching the halfway point. Match number 9 tonight for San Diego. And so far, 8-0. Trying to beat the Turlock Express to go to 9-0. 3-1 the score as we'll put a fresh 15 up on the clock. The Sockers will attack left to right in this second stanza. The Express will march right to left. What are you looking to see the Sockers improve upon in this second quarter, Nate?
Defensive organization. Far too many times in that first quarter, Turlock had a whole lot of time and space to work with. Sure, Phil Salvaggio and his staff had a few choice words about just that during that intermission. We'll see if the Sockers can tighten things up defensively. The Turlock side looking for more of Jose Barajas. See what he can do. Steer the ship in a positive direction. Not an easy task this evening against this highly touted soccer side, but Barajas was a joy to watch in that first 15 minutes.
And not having Campos' striking ability has definitely been a difference for Turlock. I think they might have an extra goal or two if it was Campos early in the game able to take some of those shots that were missed.
We see stylistically it's a little different for Turlock this evening, actually having to play the total game as that one is blasted out of bounds. Unforced error there, but without Campos, without that talisman, without that proper goal-scoring threat, it's going to take that extra bit of effort from everybody.
How about Escoto? That was fun to watch, if meaningless. Back the other way, the Express with Villegas. Over to Adrian Polito. Adrian was one of the more active Express when last we saw Turlock in December. Carmona trying to crash in for a second. And Escoto will just bang one down the field for Martinez to grab. Villegas. Here's Claire on challenge. And knocked down Cerda. Martinez has to get back into his net.
Cesar thought about it. He thought about it.
Escoto, long forward. It's Barajas trying to make a run on Sosa.
Again, good stuff from Barajas.
And a nice pass. This is Arista, Martin Arista, slide tackling the ball. Brandon Escoto doing it again. Arista, then he makes Farber with a pass.
I don't think anybody thought that thing was going to get through.
Out to Villegas. There was no one on left wing, or else it would have been quite a thing.
Oh, man.
12:45 left in the second quarter. 3-1 Sockers. Back to Martinez. So that great run between Barajas and Arista, but no shot came of it. And Arista now on to the bench. Gutierrez. Sosa an easy steal. In the Sockers counter, they don't really have the frame for it yet. And we'll play back through Toth, and that seems like the right thing to do as they change personnel. Boyo on the field, Hiram Ruiz. Boyo takes a dive. And the foul's called. That has to hurt the shoulder when you barrel roll in. Contreras. Cerda back to Contreras. You know, it's funny, you come into the season with certain expectations, Nate, and here's some new players. What do you think? I might put Contreras right at the top of the list in terms of new players to the team that have just been rock solid with their contribution. Childs, here's the center run for Ruiz. Back to Childs, sends it through, looking for Ruiz. And in the near wall, Reza trying to jump out, but Gutierrez is there. This could go into the stands, absolutely. Top of the box for San Diego as Selvin Bonilla duffed it.
Finishing up on that thought on Contreras, though, Craig, I'd have to agree with you and also add in one John Sosa. You look at where both of those men came from, well, they were in a good smell of momentum coming into this season, you could say.
Here's Childs. We'll call timeout.
The boys from Sonora have changed crests on their shirts and picked up right where they left off last season for Los Soles down in Hermosillo, and they're just doing it for San Diego this season. Contreras and John Sosa have been outstanding, and like you said, Craig, it's as if those guys they've been in this building in the soccer shirt for years. They've never looked like they're new additions. They look like they're veteran soccer's players. Everybody, longtime soccer's players, the likes of Craig Childs and Matt Clare and Luan Salas Oliveira. They look at those guys like, yeah, you guys have been here for a while, right? There's no way this could be your first season. It's way too smooth.
And again, it's not in any way to diminish John Sosa. It's just Contreras brings a size to the field that in the sport of indoor soccer, you don't see it all the time, to see 6-footers out there. And, this can be a smaller man's game.
Absolutely.
And as such, that type of defensive presence can be important. And it reminds me of when a few years back, the Sockers played Dan Antoniuk at defender, at 6'3", and always had that ability to kind of wipe out smaller forwards. Now after the plan, what shall be the execution on this free kick? 3-1 Sockers, but for how long? Left wing is the try. And there it is, 4-1, courtesy of Hiram Ruiz. Off the post and in for Pollo.
All about the deception from the set piece. Straight out of the timeout. Straight off the drawing board of Phil Salvaggio. Beautiful stuff from Childs. Little hip swivel there to throw everybody off. Just that half step necessary to give Ruiz an extra bit of time. And good stuff from Ruiz to not immediately crack that one. Have that little bit of patience to take a touch, cut inside, blast it in off the post to give his side a 4-1 lead. The 11:28 left here in the first half.
Nice stuff. And we get a chance to see that extra touch. Bringing it off the inside of the left post is extra nice, because that's where you can sometimes get denied. .332 time at goal. And a 3-goal edge as the 19th minute expires in tonight's match. 11 to go before halftime. Here's Toth on attack. Laid it on along the near wall. Midfield is where Oliveira will operate. 4 goals on Friday. Oliveira stutter step, little head and shoulder fake. He'll go over to Contreras. Back to Reza on a triangle pass.
Look at Contreras sneak his way up top. Seen that a few times.
And here's LSO. He's sprung open for a moment. Left-footed strike. And the goal. 5-1. Oliveira has opened up his book for tonight.
Great movement off the ball from a few different Sockers players, namely Ray Contreras. Plenty of space in the end of it. It's what those lateral runs will do. Keep the defenders moving laterally, and then you let a dribbler, let a virtuoso type performer like LSO get the ball on his feet in the final third, and you give him that extra little bit of time and space. You know he's going to use it. Gets a deflection in the end of it to guide it past Martinez. But great stuff from LSO. Great stuff from the Sockers as a team there in those seconds that led up to the finish from number 11. 5-1 with 10:25 left here in the first half. Great start to this second quarter.
Let's hear the call for the assist downstairs.
Oliveira, assisted by number 17, Raimundo
That's
Reza.
what I thought. Reza gets the assist. So that's 2 goals in the span of a minute 3 for the Sockers. 5 goals means everyone in attendance can bring their ticket stub to a local Hooters for 5 free wings. And keep that in mind when you get your tickets to Friday's game against the Tacoma Stars. Danny Waltman will be standing between you and wings, but the Sockers will prevail to get those 5 on the board. And you'll get 5 free wings with your ticket stub at Hooters at any participating San Diego location.
Can we design that poster, Waltman versus Wings? You know, the only thing standing in your way of 5 wings is Danny Waltman. You get a big ferocious image of Waltman, you know, coming out of the poster, and everyone comes in. We got to beat Waltman. We got to get the wings. It's Waltman versus Wings. It's all about alliteration, Craig.
9.5 to go, second quarter. You know what's impressive about this Sockers team this year, and I think if they can continue with this, it might be a differentiator, Nate, is that look at the impact Craig Childs has had on tonight's game so far. 1 assist on a set piece, right? The Sockers really don't need Childs to be, you know, numero uno and an 8-goal scorer like he used to be in order for them to have success. He doesn't have to score a hat trick for the Sockers to win.
Well, tonight
he might.
Tonight he just scored the opener and then said, "You guys take it from here."
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, that's right. He had a little tap in, and they had the assist. But again, yeah, he did have that first one. I got to look back at my score sheet. But not much. See, I think they've got a lot more ways to beat you this year, is my point.
I'm with you. I think Craig Giles would be the first person to agree with you, and that suits him well. It's come playoff time. It's going to be a little bit left in the tank. A little bit more than usual for Craig Giles. Oh, look out here. Look at Giles.
There we go. And extra unselfish. Childs hand to his head going, wait, that was a goal. I should have shot it, shouldn't I?
Oh, man.
Sosa will track this curving ball back to the bench wall. Farber through the legs of a man, but Turlock can get it back. 22nd minute working off. We got a foul on the bench wall. Sockers going to get the ball back. You know, and I think of big forwards for the Sockers. Another guy comes to mind who played against the Sockers for years and then played for them. Pride of San Diego State and also of Northern California, Enrique Keeks Tovar. There's a big guy who could do some things. Played for Team USA as well. 7:55 left in the quarter. 5-1 Sockers. Here's Cerda. Brings it up. Oh, Childs. A little bit of a missed touch, or he might have fired right away. Medina now to the left and over the frame.
Medina just a little out of sorts there. A little off balance, clapping his hands. It's brilliant dribbling. Good touch to set up that left-footed blast, but ended up just shoveling it up and over the top. It's going to be a set piece here for Turlock, much to the utter dismay of LSO.
It's Carmona in the corner. Kia Depina says, no, not so quick. Now Polito. Gutierrez works across the Kaiser Permanente logo. Kaiser Permanente helped giving out water bottles to the first 1,000 fans in attendance here. It's a wellness night for the Sockers.
Stay hydrated, kids. There's but one thing you could take away from this broadcast. Stay hydrated.
Beverages are good. Here's LSO. He's good too. Slide tackled.
Woo!
Wow, they say they got all ball. Okay. Carmona! There's the kick save by Toth. And LSO felt that one.
Man. Now, right after that stiff tackle, there was a brilliant little flick through from who else?
Barajas.
It was Jose Barajas. With that runner around the outside, it was Carmona. We remember they linked up back in the first quarter. A goal that actually tied this game at 1 back at that time.
No. Order shall reign on this field. Kia Depina still ready to be the marshal of the moment. Says try again. Spacing must have been off. Here we go. And Childs comes sliding in. Polito steps out.
Oh.
Childs slides again.
Oh.
Oh, off the left. Just missing left post. And then a holding foul as Barajas went over the top of Contreras' back.
Oh, man. Craig Giles, if you watched that one on the replay, maybe just watch it once. Adrian Polito having a little fun there. Almost. Almost. Absolute golazo from Turlock's number 15. My goodness.
Looking for Tovar. Adrian Gutierrez. Raise up off of the chest of Contreras. Turlock regathers in their own end. 6:15 until halftime. 5-1 Sockers. Reza trying to spring the ball loose, and he does. Toth has it. The Salsa Man. Felipe Gonzalez ready to run through the middle, but the ball couldn't find its way there. Now, give and go back to Claire, to Felipe. Gonzalez rolls it in. Tovar sent one toward the frame and chipped out of there by Adrian Polito. Felipe, bicycle try, got the crowd excited. Didn't get near that red thing with cords on it. Gonzalez now. Felipe, cracker wide. Walls it over to Claire. Back to Contreras.
That wasn't far off from Felipe.
Felipe now again down to the corner. Here's the lefty try. Escoto gets Martinez down and out for the moment. Gutierrez comes in to help defensively.
It's good positioning there from Martinez.
Adrian Gutierrez. Is knocking everyone over. Carmona on the run. Jorge blocked by Contreras. And put into the corner high netting.
Go on, Adrian.
Adrian Gutierrez.
Just get out the big man's way.
Ironhead Hayward running through the secondary back in the day.
Seen a little Jerome Bettis myself there.
Okay, I'll take it. Under 5 in the second quarter. Contreras heads it into his own man. I mean, say what you want about Adrian Gutierrez, and believe me, I'm sure he hears it in every arena he plays in. Because let's just say he stands out on the field. But that big fella can move a little bit. And one other thing he knows how to do is use his body to protect the ball. And I think he wins possession a lot for Turlock with moments just like that. And that's why he plays year after year for this team. Shots are 8-5 for San Diego. Goals are 5-1. Toth. 4 minutes left in the quarter. Childs gets the ball, heads it. Behind him, Martinez can grab and roll. Nice distribution. Right wing, Villegas. Blocked by Sosa, and that got a piece of a young lady in the crowd, but she is fine and has an experience to bring back to her friends tomorrow. And isn't it fun to come and see the game up close? And then really up close.
About as close as it gets.
Gutierrez. To the left. Pushing off Ruiz.
Gorgeous.
The stiff arms he uses are just fun.
Gorgeous.
Back to Adrian. Now to his left. Wide. Well wide. Try again. Ruiz is having fun too, by the way. Just poking it off of his toe. Gutierrez says no mas. Martinez challenged by Farber. This is one of those spots there where if the Sockers got a steal, they'd probably be 60+% to score just because of where Edgar was. Under 3 now before halftime. And the Sockers get one more before the break. One thing's for sure, those defensive lapses we saw in the first 5 minutes.
No more.
Yeah. Teams are into the game now, and that's bad news for the Express. Barajas. Impressed with him, impressed with Gutierrez. Nice ball for Plasencia. Bangs it off the wall to himself. Farber says, I'll take that.
Good stuff from Farber there.
Alex Paz. Back to Martinez. Sosa's waiting. Not only knows to get the ball, but can head it in a direction. And now a look at this. Childs with a chance in the corner. Barajas challenges, reaching in, almost losing his foot for it, was Cerda. And Cerda will get called for a foul.
That was Plasencia actually getting back there just in front of Cerda. Great defensive effort. Maybe prevented a sixth for San Diego.
Minute 45.
Well, a goal would only be a small dent.
Here's a giveaway.
Ooh.
Pulido, top of the box. Pulido, dispossessed. Sosa able to come back and erase his mistake. It's Tovar. Challenged. Some high pressure being shown. Good idea by Turlock. Burn what they've got in the tank here before halftime.
I was going to say it would only be a small dent in this 4-goal deficit, but a goal before the half would do wonders for the confidence of visitors from Turlock.
It changes the whole game, frankly.
Definitely changes the mindset going into the dressing room.
Compared to 6-1, which is still a potential, because here comes Oliveira, and he is on fire this weekend. Oliveira 2 points already in the quarter.
Good ball, good ball.
Medina.
Oh.
Wall ball. And Carmona was there to play defense. 45 seconds. We're in that magic minute. We've seen the Sockers do it many times before.
Oh, no.
In the middle, Plasencia.
Got away with
long
one.
Forward. Look out. Belmonte coming in. And Tova's there. Plasencia. And Medina on rebound. Is able to hold off his man. That's a physical sacrifice by M5.
Wow. A lot going on there. My goodness.
Shows this team plays for each other.
Picking up where one leaves off.
I mean, pay attention to that. Other MASL teams if you're struggling. Look at that track back by Medina, not willing to just give up the goal. Left wing bomb into the corner for Moscoto. Final 10 seconds. Looks like Turlock gets the last chance.
Here we go.
And it's Belmonte again. 5 seconds. Belmonte well wide. It could have been a wall pass for Villegas, but the horn is about to sound. Claire will roll it over to the right, but there it is. The buzzer. That would have gone in. How do you like that? What a strike by Escoto. 30 minutes complete at Valley View Casino Center. The second quarter, 2-0 Sockers. Hiram Ruiz on a free kick from Craig Childs at 3:32. Luan Oliveira from Raimundo Reza at 4:35. Shots in the period, just 2 for San Diego, and they scored on both of them. And 1 for Turlock. And with 30 left to play, it's 5-1. The Sockers looking to go 9-0 and leading the Turlock Express by 4. We're going to break for halftime. Nate and I will be back in just under 15 minutes to bring you the third quarter live on YouTube, MASL TV. The Sockers 5, the Express 1.
Michelle, Tegan, Paxton, Kaylin.
And we're proud members of California Coast Credit Union.
We were all able to get car loans through CalCoast at a great rate. It was quick and easy, all 4 times.
That's the CalCoast advantage to us.
Shop GTM stores in Lemon Grove, Santee, and Otay Mesa, and discover bargains on thousands of brand name home, office, and personal items at savings of up to 70% below other retailers. For coupons, directions, and more, go to gtmstores.com. GTM.
Can you make this cake for my daughter's birthday?
Donna realized her network was surprisingly slow. So she switched to Metro PCS and got her family 4 lines with unlimited high-speed data for $100, period. Metro PCS. Wireless figured out.
Fans, how about one more round of applause, please, for the Coastal Gymnastics Academy? All right, fans, if you want some soccer swag, you got to make some noise, because here comes the soccer squad, presented by Rubio's Coastal Grill. Now for the start of the second half, please welcome back your San Diego Sockers.
Let's rev up the third quarter from Valley View Casino Center, 3500 Sports Arena Boulevard, San Diego, California. The Sockers with a 5-1 lead over the Turlock Express. And the third quarter is just moments away. Craig Elston, Nate Abarrea here with us. Nate, Craig Childs, a goal and an assist. Juan Salas Oliveira continuing his brilliant play of late. His fifth goal of the weekend, along with a helper. Brian Farber, a beautiful header. Ray Contreras, a lovely flick goal. Set-piece goal for the Sockers. And after early minutes of defensive lapse, things really tightened up in that second quarter. Only allowed one shot to the Express in the second quarter.
Definitely knew what they needed to work on. That first intermission, Phil Salvaggio surely adamant with his team. Just that regard, tightening things up defensively. Turlock hardly had a sniff of goal after a number of meaningful opportunities that were somewhat squandered in that first quarter. Oh, how Turlock wishes they had some of those back now. 5-1 down. Turlock have at least stayed in the game. Still only down by 4, but San Diego certainly showing their class in that second quarter. Only scoring 2 of their own. It was 3-1 at the end of one quarter, but as far as the total football being played, it was all Sockers in the second 15 minutes. We shall see what the third quarter brings. As you said, Craig Childs, in kind of a quiet night by his high standards, but even on a quiet night, a goal and an assist. You got to love that. If that's a quiet night, it's the mark of a top professional.
Third quarter kickoff brought to you by LA Fitness. Exercise your options at LA Fitness and get a head start on your New Year's goals. LA Fitness offers a wide variety of amenities, including state-of-the-art equipment, free weight center, swimming pool, group fitness classes, indoor basketball, and more. Down your guest pass today. Here's Claire. And it's 6-1. And 18 seconds into the third quarter, Matt Clare has marked first of the night, 8th of the year.
Second assist of the night for Childs. Matt Clare just jogging up the floor saying, play me, play me. Childs says, okay. Perfectly weighted ball. Gorgeous finish from Matty Clare. 18 seconds into the second half. We asked ourselves, what's this third quarter going to bring? Well, goals for the San Diego Sockers.
You know, and I think back to the first minute of this game, and there were chances just like that for Turlock that didn't turn into goals. But when you give a guy like Matt Clare and Craig Childs those opportunities, it's going to be a goal. So the Sockers off on the good foot to start the third quarter.
Number 99, Matt Clare. Assisted by number 37, Craig Childs. Time of the goal, 18 seconds.
So like we said, Sockers don't need Childs to win. He's got 3 points on a 6-1 game. Contreras over to Cerda, and San Diego back to business. Escoto. Now it's Tovar's turn up front. Tovar give and go. Cerda. Left wing Farber flicks it back. That one interrupted. Farber jumps into the corner now. Rolling ball between two men. Villegas. Working hard with Carmona, and now Edgar will just flip one out to the Soccer shield at midfield. First minute gone. That's minute 31 into the night. 6-1 Sockers. They've already scored once. Alex Paz. Over to Gutierrez. Gutierrez, the captain of the team. Now the man who's impressed the most for Turlock in gray and black, Barajas.
Oh,
long ball, and Contreras slide tackles it.
Contreras and Medina run into each other there.
Contreras now. Medina is made out of iron. He's all right.
Look at the big man.
Contreras wall pass. And Barajas is there to read it away from Tovar. Loving what we're seeing from Ray Contreras tonight.
Absolutely.
Cerdon challenge. Air wall. Now it's Medina's turn to try and jump in. Villegas holds him off enough for Polito to run to midfield. Carmona. Cerda's right there with him. Back to Villegas. And now it's Gutierrez's turn. What can Adrian deliver? Gutierrez will deliver a run back to the bench. And next on, Adrian Plasencia. We're not seeing nearly as much of Arturo Polito as we generally do, Nate. Normally it's the Politos, and here is Arturo and Adrian.
I say, still plenty of Polito family representation.
I'm just used to seeing 9 kind of do what 8 has done tonight. Just kind of run things. Chad Haggerty getting some burn. Haggerty back to Sosa. Chad, once of the PASL Louisville Lightning. Sockers played them in a U.S. Open Cup match in 2010. Back in Louisville. Ooh. When we were young. Gonzalez reaches outside and kicks one back into Sockers' side of the field. And here comes Matt Clare, who's already scored his 8th of the year in this third quarter. Reza runs to the top and shoots. One-handed save.
What a save.
Martinez. Haggerty. Little extra hustle there. Arista thought everyone had quieted down, and Chad Haggerty won that ball back, and he gets some high fives on his way to the bench. Here's Childs falling down and drawing the whistle.
That's just chopped down there. Going back.
Sylvan Bonilla got a piece.
Such an incredible save there from Martinez, sprawling to his left. Now with the one hand, that thing was going postage stamp top corner. Martinez keeping his team at least within a shout in this game.
Sosa to left wing. Child's shot was blocked by Plasencia. Chance to counter. Here he comes. Arista. He and Oliveira collide, and that fouls on Luan. 4 minutes exactly elapsed from the third quarter clock. 6-1, San Diego leads Turlock. Placencia's free kick is outside the red line. And Turlock does nothing with it, but continues to hold the ball until now. Claire sees it go back to the men in gray and to Polito.
That was not the optimal set piece there from Turlock.
Hey, I'll pass it to you, pass it back to me, and then we'll just creep into the bush like Homer Simpson quietly. Top of the box looking for one. Bonilla shoulders off Oliveira. Oliveira takes the ball. Claire to Felipe Gonzalez. Long ball for Claire. Just looking to create some space or a passing angle.
Love a little catch there from Matt Claire with the left foot moments ago. Little bits of skill that don't necessarily amount to anything, but with a player like Matt Claire, it's so fun to watch that Velcro with the left foot and that long ball, bringing that thing out of the air.
Great call, Nate.
It's the little things.
Farber. Nice pass. Serta needed to stop the roller. That didn't allow free-flowing motion by San Diego. 5 minutes gone. 9:44 left in the third. 6-1 Sockers. Gutierrez holding off Tovar long enough for Edgar Martinez to grab the ball.
You were saying, ball, roll quicker to me. This Tovar guy's kicking at my hands.
Here comes Turlock. 3 nice touches, Barajas. And on the last shimmy shake, Serta came over and took the ball away.
That's one of those situations there with Barajas. He's been so good distributing this evening. He was looking to distribute there. Would have loved to have seen number 8 just pull the trigger.
Yeah, Jose Barajas has stood out.
Absolutely.
6th minute is gone. 9 left in the third. Barajas, top of the box, back to net. That was Villegas. Now here's Gutierrez facing forward and attacking. Stepping to his right, and also stepping to his right was Eric Tovar to knock that ball away. Gutierrez again. And Paz tried to use his sides to hold off Sosa. Instead, he fouled him. Now, the issue for Adrian, as he knows, having played the Sockers for years, is that while Gutierrez is deceptively quick for his size, he's not quicker than the guys he's attacking. So it's hard for him to get around.
I don't know, Craig.
Sockers.
I don't know, Craig. Give me a Gutierrez-Farber foot race. Telling you. Let's see it.
Would you like to see it again?
Let's see it.
Would you like to see it again?
And again?
Because it would take about that long.
And again? I'm not going to get tired of watching it.
Here comes Escoto. Hold on. We got an elbow called on Turlock. Giles not happy. Free kick from the wing with 8:04 left in the third. Something special, Raimundo? Blocked. Good challenge by Giles. Giles is a little salty right now. Not happy with that elbow. Flying in was Escoto. And Toth! Another big save, and then that header sprung a little wide, or else it could have been a second. Foul on Turlock. Quick restart, San Diego. And playing forward, that ball missed Giles. He wanted to come tearing in on the goalie. Seven and a half minutes to play. Crowd of over 2,500 here tonight at Valley View Casino Center. And remember, Friday night, Tacoma in town. Get your tickets at sdsockers.com. Come see Danny Waltman. He always puts on a show. Tacoma, usually a very spirited opponent to the Sockers. Look out. Hard contact on Claire.
Sockers players wanted to see a card shown to Bonilla. Came kind of stamping down there at Claire. It's a dangerous challenge.
Well, here's the thing. When you don't see a card after a couple of these, the Sockers are going to want to try and make a commensurate tackle. Claire saw the ball stolen by Arista. And that's when things can really get physical, right? And there's Arista putting his hands on Claire. And I think that whistle is far more the rising emotion right now on the field than it is necessarily that was a truly egregious act.
Well, Claire's got to keep his head. You saw him swinging the arm back in frustration. A couple of fouls in a short span of time there against Matt Claire. Obviously such a valuable piece of the Sockers team.
Well, the Sockers scored 18 seconds into the quarter. There's 6:40 left. They did not pile on. It wasn't a floodgate opening. It's 6-1. Sosa. Childs is going to turn back for this ball. He's got Reza running forward. Reza's in the corner. Childs back to Claire. Tip back to Reza, who's a right footer. And he's going to play it back out to the wing and Oliveira. Reza now back to his own man. Possession's fine. The Sockers, in my mind, have control of this game so fully that they can play it however they want. But let's see if they can keep the fans into it, keep some excitement. Here's Tovar. Back to Claire. 6 left in the third now. And Felipe Gonzalez. His distribution, trying to spring Claire. Oh! Claire gets whammed down. A blue card is coming out of Kia Defina's pocket, and Claire is still down on his knees in the corner. And a power play coming up for San Diego after the officials' timeout. So Placencia is going to go to the box. First blue card against either team is going to come in the third quarter. And Claire went down. I was able to just kind of see the replay. He didn't hit the boards. He went down into the pitch. He'll be fine. And the Sockers will be the beneficiary of a power play here. And I think that card, again, the buildup of everything that happened the last 3-4 minutes, let's say.
And sometimes it doesn't matter talking traditional outdoor soccer, talking arena soccer. It's number of fouls against one individual. There's sometimes where you have to put an end to one player getting beat up the way Matt Claire was over those last few minutes. It was 3 fouls against Matt Claire there in the span of less than 2 minutes. And the third one may have, obviously Claire not hitting against the boards there, thankfully, but that third one may have been the softest of all 3, but actually gets the whistle and gets the card as the officials putting a little deep breath to this game, but also protecting number 99 on the Sockers side, Matt Claire.
So the Sockers on the UCSD power play here, and San Diego, as you would expect, they're a potent unit on the man advantage. Clicking at 50% so far this year on conversion. And we'll see if they can build on this 6-1 lead. This power play will count down either to 3:46 or to a 7th Sockers goal. Sockers have scored 8 or more goals in 6 of their 8 wins this year. And LSO had one on his left foot.
Oh, man.
And he missed.
Here, Craig Giles. What do I need to do for you?
The long throw out by Martinez. And the power play has a minute 50 on it after that great free kick that was missed high. Sosa's going to quarterback this unit. Over to Claire. John Sosa, one of the best decision makers with a ball at his foot. Giles in the corner, Claire on the wing. Claire takes a tumble, loses the ball. Shorty counter rush. Arista with Polito. Arista steps through and loses the ball in exchange. Minute 22 on the penalty. And the 40th minute gone in tonight's contest. 20 left to play. 6-1 Sockers, right wing. Header into the box. Diving is Gonzalez. Claire wanted it to see Craig Childs score another.
And over there, Escoto with that header. Like that play. Just putting that thing back across the face of goal into a danger area. Like the idea.
Sosa. High middle. Claire. 45 on the power play. Quick pass Escoto. Well read. Stolen by Carmona. And then Escoto steals back, and he had a man cherry picking, so there's only 2 back low. Escoto then just gets pushed down from behind. Here's a wing call. Free kick coming. Escoto is going to roll around a bit first. He got pushed down from behind. You just never know how you're going to land on those, Nate. But when you're rolling around, the odds are you're not hurt unless it's your hand. Could be your hand. But it's not his legs.
Some interesting conversations going on right now between the Turlock players and the men in green out on the pitch.
Escoto definitely got pushed down from behind.
Certainly a foul. Not sure if it was worthy of a card or not. It was a legit push from behind as Escoto was on the ball, so certainly a case to be made for a blue card, but with the Sockers already on the power play, there might be a little bit of leniency in the officials' part.
Well, Escoto is seated at this point.
He's up now.
I'll lay $1 he'll be okay. Proactive Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine is available to him if need be, though. They're the sole provider of physical therapy services for the San Diego Sockers, seeing patients from all over San Diego County. Visit proactive4pt.com. That's proactive, the number 4pt.com. Could be an arm, could be a shoulder. Escoto headed to the bench. Could be fine.
Watch Claire here on this near side.
Now this is, you'd want to think an auto. Sosa. Oh, tipped. Claire still scores. Matty Claire's got his second of the quarter. Power play goal on the free kick. 7-1. Sockers have the lead.
Watch Matt Claire on this near side. Wasn't the smoothest delivery getting the thing to him, but it got there eventually. And Matty made no mistake. It's been a frustrating third quarter. Some of the physicality that's gone unpunished against him, but it was the foul against Matt Claire, one of 4 different fouls against Matt Claire in this quarter that led to this power play, and how fitting it is. The man who gets to score the power play goal to make the score 7-1 with 4:15 left here in this third quarter. Number 99, Matty Claire.
What you love about this free kick from Claire, first of all, and you had seen it, he was inching away further and further from the defenders, but after the pass from Sosa is tipped, Claire needs to left foot it into the net after it was tipped by Polito. He intended to right foot that ball, and he left foots it inside left post.
Quick thinking.
Sosa gets the power play assist at 10:45 of the third.
The San Diego Health power play goal, scored by number 99, Matt Claire. His second goal of the match, assisted by number 20, John Sosa. Time of the goal, 10:45.
Under 4 to go in the third quarter now. Long one outside by Paz, just wide right.
That was a rip. It was a rip and a half there
Over.
from
Paz read it. Paz stole it. Turning Gutierrez into the box. Chipped out of there. Bad touch. Not the one that he wanted for Martin Arista. So Claire early, Claire later. Does Claire have the natty hattie in him for the corner? Can he get the natural and mark the next one up? So, up to Tovar. And again, talking about the number of weapons the Sockers have tonight, Eric Tovar, completely quiet. I believe he had 4 points in Friday's win. So, they can get you in a number of ways, the Sockers. Cerda. Little room on the wing. Cerda having his jersey tugged as he shoots, and it was blocked. And that absolutely has to be a foul on Turlock. And this complaint is almost comical from Anthony Polito, as he had a fistful of jersey all the way down the wing.
Just a pinch of it.
Here's Ruiz to Cerda, trying to feed Tovar. High in the air, who wants it? Farber, of course. Flicks it, looking for Tovar, headed away, and then a little one-handed shove by Polito. Nothing too rough. And now a foul called back on San Diego. 2:41 left in the quarter.
So Matt Clare's goal with 18 seconds in to this third quarter, assisted by Childs with the right foot. That last one assisted by Sosa with the left foot. So if Matt Clare could score with his head before the end of the evening here, we'd have the true goal scorer's hat trick.
Oh my. Gutierrez. Back heel. Ooh, and that shot blocked. Contreras erased all of Polito's pretty work. Gutierrez again. You knew that was something from the practice pitch.
Sockers have, of course, seen one player score with his head this evening. That was Brian Farber to give the Sockers a 2-1 lead. They haven't looked back since.
Contreras, wrong spot. Chance to come forward, Plasencia. Stops and leaves for Villegas. Barajas, best choice. Into the corner, Plasencia, double team, tipped off his toe. Villegas tries to use the wall. And Sockers chip it out of there. There's a minute 35 to play in the quarter. Belmonte. Well read. Belmonte gets it back, however. Off the wall. Off Toth's hand. He had his back turned for a second. Chested into the box. Contreras takes it away from Belmonte. Medina lifts one to his old buddy Childs. Tried to give it back. And he missed the touch. Medina would have been triggered in right on net. Barajas. Steal. And here, speaking of on net, here comes Escoto. Cuts to his right, and he'll take a tumblerino. It's going to be a shootout for Brandon Escoto. I think that's the right call, Nate. Clear path to goal.
Well, if it's a foul, it's the right call. You see on the replay here, if he gets any contact with the man right there, it's absolutely the right call. It's an all-or-nothing challenge from a nearly impossible angle.
Yeah, I think Barajas got his right leg.
99 times out of 100, this is going to be the outcome.
How unfair is this that Childs gets to take the shootout instead of Escoto? Escoto's like, where's my goal? But this is a shootout, and if Childs misses, of course, a power play follows it. But Childs can come in on net for his 16th of the year. Seniority has its privileges. Here comes Childs. There's the goal. Craig Childs, his 16th of the year, second of the night. Made it look routine, and it's 8-1 San Diego.
Cool as you like from the Pride of Poway. Second goal of the night. He and Matt Clare now both on hat tricks. A little under a minute left here in the third quarter.
Just a right-footed cannon. Edgar Gonzalez, nothing to do but watch. And it comes at 14:01 of the third. So in the first minute and in the 15th of this third quarter, the Sockers put one up.
Proper bookends.
And call it a power play goal at that. So that's two power plays, two conversions for San Diego. Oliveira. Back to Reza. Reza and Haggerty working a give and go. Raise it to the wing, but Gonzalez comes out. He needs to work with his feet here. Polito the outlet. Oliveira looking for the steal. Gutierrez chips it down the field, and Sosa can head it back. 13 seconds left in the quarter. Coming up in the fourth quarter, Nate and I will debate the relative strengths and weaknesses of the undefeated teams in the Major Arena Soccer League, as well as some Eastern Indian financial matters, of which we will later reveal. But for now, we'll take a brief timeout. 8-1, the Sockers lead the Turlock Express. And you're watching MASL TV.
Jill, Tegan, Paxton,
Kaylin.
and we're proud members of California Coast Credit Union.
We were all able to get car loans through CalCoast at a great rate. It was quick and easy, all 4 times.
That's the CalCoast advantage to us.
Shop GTM stores in Lemon Grove, Santee, and Otay Mesa, and discover bargains on thousands of brand name home, office, and personal items at savings of up to 70% below other retailers. For coupons, directions, and more, go to gtmstores.com. GTM.
Can you make this cake for my daughter's birthday?
Donna realized her network was surprisingly slow. So she switched to Metro PCS and got her family 4 lines with unlimited high-speed data for $100, period. Metro PCS. Wireless figured out.
A final 15 ready to be racked up on the scoreboard above center field. 8-1, the Sockers lead the Turlock Express. Fourth quarter action now from Valley View Casino Center. Craig Elston, Nate Abarrea will be back with you on Friday. The Sockers and the Tacoma Stars. And while the Sockers have 9-0 as a virtual certainty, unless they decide to walk off the field together as a group, you start to look ahead a little bit. You know, and it's very interesting, Nate, that this division this year doesn't seem to be quite to the level that it's been in past years, in particular with all of the defections and losses by Solis de Sonora.
Absolutely. Opens a door. The San Diego Sockers. Last 2 seasons have ended at the hands of the boys from Hermosillo. It doesn't appear, obviously a long way to go, but it doesn't appear as if that's going to be the case this year. There's another team from south of the border that is certainly drawing some attention from fans, coaches, and players alike, and broadcasters as well. Folks here in San Diego, that team, of course, is down in Monterrey. You've talked about them quite a bit already, Craig.
And you look at Monterrey in that Southwest Division, they're 10-0. Here's a free kick for San Diego. Giles misses the hat trick up high off the frame. And what now? It's the whistle against San Diego. Turlock gets the ball. Now, they're playing in a division with El Paso, Sonora, and RGV. Sonora not what they used to be at 3-6. A real surprising result. We thought it would be Monterey and Sonora in a real knockdown dragout to get out of the Southwest. Meanwhile, in the Pacific, the Sockers at 8-0, Ontario next best at 5-5, and Tacoma checking in at 4-6, but also at -6 goal differential. A little bit surprising.
I think Tacoma.
Here's Oliveira losing in the box. Nice deflection out. Villegas will work out of his zone.
Ooh.
And Gutierrez chips it out of there.
One way to play it out the back.
Well, that was a nice distribution. Flicked forward, but now Toth, who hasn't had a whole lot to do.
Hey, good to see Toth's get a touch there.
14 left to play. Polito challenged by Contreras. Contreras wins the battle.
Officials saying we'll play. Might have been a foul. Other times, right now, let's just play.
Tovar. He's going to come in on right wing, and Farber says, I'm ahead. Farber, what a goal! He does it with style. And he's so pretty. Brian Farber makes it 9-1.
Look at this. Look at this. Pick that out the top drawer. Brian Farber. The touch of sheer quality.
And he did that on purpose.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Farber's 4th of the year. Says only golazos for me. I refuse to score anything that's not just gorgeous.
Scored by number 7, Brian Farber. His second goal of the match. Assisted by number 51, Eric Tovar. Time of the goal, 1:24. Again for the Sockers, the goal by Farber from Tovar at 1:24.
And 9-1. Sockers so far this season, their season high for goals is 9, set twice. The season opener in El Paso and on December 17th here against the Express. Lots of time to build on that edge tonight. Remember, these two teams playing for the second time in the weekend. The Express, I'm pretty sure, front-loaded their effort into Friday night's match. And what we're seeing tonight without Campos is a result that is, frankly, predictable. But entertaining when these soccer stars come out and shine like Farber just did.
You talk about predictability, Craig, going back to that kind of wide-ranging, broad view of the West here in the MASL. As quality, as strong as it's been from San Diego and Monterrey, these teams we keep talking about in such a positive light. Talk about the disappointment from two sides thus far this season. Those two sides, Soles de Sonora and the boys up in Tacoma.
Yeah.
Talk about jumping out on that table, jumping out from those standings. Oh!
Here was all.
Oh, man.
Foul on Claire in the box. Again, it's only golazos, I think, from here on out for the Sockers. They're just going to try and put a show on. Oh, quick restart.
Played it quick. Had every right to play it quick.
Player wanted the Hattie right there.
Yeah, just finishing up, though. Soles de Sonora, the Tacoma Stars, really jump off that sheet for me. Saying, really? Both of those sides with losing records as it stands right now, a few days into January?
Tacoma was so dynamite at home, and they're 3-3 at home this year, and they need to be, 6-0 at home to be what they want to be. Childs and Martinez had the leg out, guarding the wall pass. Polito plays it through to Paz. Marked all the way up the wall. Paz springs out to the middle. He'll shoot well wide, but we said his name twice. Oliveira. 11:30 to play in a 9-1 Sockers lead. LSL long ball. Here's Tovar going to work. Tovar. Claire flying in.
Quick note, Craig. Martin Sanchez actually in goal now for Turlock.
Good call.
Martinez.
Gonzalez's night is done. Or Martinez's night is done, pardon me. And it's rare to even dress two keepers. But, yeah, Martin Sanchez. So, good note, Nate. Now you look to the east, and that's when things kind of get interesting. Because in the east, you've got Baltimore leading at 8-2. The Florida Tropics, who will host the Sockers twice late in the year, 6-4. Syracuse, who we saw, 4-4. Harrisburg, 4-7. Here's Claire, and Claire's got no one in front of him except for Sanchez, and misses just wide right. Wanted the long strike that time instead of one more touch forward, risking deep possession. Tipped into the Sockers bench, and the Natalie-clad burgundy suit wearing Phil Salvaggio. Burgundy's a delightful color.
I say he's looking a little Ron Burgundy with that suit. My goodness. Look at that color scheme. Coach, good on you.
Oh, there's Sandra Barber wants more. And that's going to be a foul on Brian. And reasonably so.
Okay, going back to important matters like Phil Salvaggio's suit.
Yes.
I'm thinking either Ron Burgundy or a little Napoleon Dynamite. Remember Napoleon at the prom?
Does he have any tater tots in his pockets? That's the key question. 10:06 and a whistle from midfield.
I want to head back to the East.
Yes.
I want to hear more about the East.
Well, Milwaukee is 11-0.
They're good.
And Cedar Rapids second in the Central, 6-6. Kansas City, all of their talent's been dispersed to the four corners, 2-8. St. Louis 1-10. Not much competition there. I've seen some of the box chatter here saying, well, has San Diego played anyone? I would kind of say, has anyone played anyone? I think there are four great teams in the MASL this year, and I think there are 12 teams that don't match up to those four teams.
Milwaukee, Baltimore, Monterrey, San Diego.
That's it. And to me, you can write those four teams right now into their respective conference finals. They'll face each other, and we're going to get just the briefest of context clues over the course of the regular season as to who's best. Contreras, he's coming. Right wing, Childs turning. Sanchez, knee save. And there's 9:05 left to go in the game. So that would be my point. I think everyone in every corner of the MASL can say, well, Baltimore has this and they play these teams, and then Milwaukee can say, no, we're the best, we're unstoppable. Look at what Bennett's doing. Look at the talent we have available. Look at our experience. Look at our black field. It's crazy looking. Monterrey is just quietly doing their business south of the border, 10-0. They've got their group back. They won before. They know how to win. They know how to win the championship in this league. And when the Sockers in Monterrey play, that's what we're going to want to watch. Here's a yellow card on Eric Tovar. He's going to have to sit out the next 5 minutes for dissent. And that's going to hurt his scoring opportunity and little else.
So of the teams the Sockers have beaten, it's purely opinion here, but of all the teams that we've seen play against San Diego, I tell you, one of the best shots that I saw, it was a very close game. It was the first game of the year, and it's the boys from Syracuse, who are currently at 500 right now, 4-4, but look out for them down the stretch in the East. Had a lot going for them that night. Seems like ancient history. It was a couple of months ago.
Well, and see, a result like that is where someone on the East Coast is going to say, well, what about the Sockers? Here's a 500 team in the East. And, they came to San Diego and only lost by 1. Therefore, Sockers must not be that great. But that was the first match of the season. So what do you really want to say about match number 1? And while it was a very close game, it was still the Sockers game.
I liked what I saw from Syracuse that night. I liked what I saw from Tacoma in spells. We saw them this year. But very disappointing as far as purely on the stat sheet in the table.
Felipe Gonzalez trying to head to the top. Not a handball, but 2,600 thought it was. Not the guys in green, however. 7.5 left to go. So I think there's a really fun playoff coming up for this league this year. That's really kind of my takeaway from this. And here's a beautiful ball by Claire, or from Childs to Claire. He was trying to return the favor. Outside the red line, Ruiz turns. He's got it again. Left wing, here's Claire looking for the hat trick in steady pass. Back Gonzalez to Childs, who always loves to shoot. Lifts it instead. And pretty try, but not near the net for Claire. Sosa now. Boom, save, rebound, hand save, then a goal. Hiram Ruiz from his seat into the upper V to put the 10th on the board and set the season high for San Diego.
Right place, right time for Ruiz. He gets the light shining. The fans out of their seats one more time into double digits. How about you now, Sox? 6:50 left here in this one. Great save. The seat of his pants from Sanchez. The second bite at the cherry for Ruiz, and he made no mistake about it. Top shelf, 9-goal advantage for the home side now.
We'll see if they'll allow the assist or they'll go unassisted on collecting his own rebound. The Sockers would like to thank Lakeside Equipment Sales and Rentals for their sponsorship. And whenever Nate Abarea needs a skip loader, he calls Lakeside Equipment. More often, he needs a snow cone machine. And that's why he knows to go to Lakeside Equipment, serving contractors and homeowners and snow cone lovers since 1985. Two locations to serve you.
Are you underestimating my skip loading enthusiasm? My enthusiasm for proper skip loading? You think I'm just about the snow cones?
I am properly evaluating your skip loading enthusiasm.
What you know about my skip loading?
Watsonville's big on skip loading.
Big skip loading culture back in the dub.
I think it's appropriate that people from Watsonville are called Watson Villains.
Watson Villains, we're big in skip loading. We love our snow cones.
You fully cover
all
bases.
Drinking
Fountain spout with your mouth when you drink, and I find that weird.
Is that part of skip loading?
It's a Watsonville quirk. And an unsanitary one at that. Actually a reference from Parks and Rec, but
I was lost there for a second.
They do that in Pawnee. There was a whole episode about redesigning the water fountains to avoid people engulfing them with their mouth. They do give Sosa the assist, so good for John. Villegas and the Express. They want at least one more. They've gotten 2 against San Diego each of their first 2 games. Farber clears it out. Villegas, that crack off the frame. Oliveira let the ball do the work. Farber wants to do work. And Paz denies his glory. Now maybe. Here comes Farber with Haggerty. Farber into the middle. Sanchez kicks it away. And LSO knocks it down. Make that Serta. 6 minutes left to play. Sockers in a romp. Now, what you want to eventually see. Now, here's Contreras to Haggerty. Haggerty working to the wing, lays it back, and Contreras gets another touch. Fake the shot. What you want to see is a rising middle class in the MASL. And I think it's, frankly, essential to the league's survival and long-term health and prosperity. They need a middle class. Here's Medina. Here's the wall shot wide. Escoto drags it low. Childs, so clever. Sanchez makes the save, however.
A save count for Sanchez in this fourth quarter. Goodness.
Escoto. Lovely. Fancy. Tricky. No shot, though. Childs, here's a shot. And Sanchez rises to the occasion again. Escoto. Here comes Serta. I enjoy seeing these little soccer fundamentals in a 9-goal game. Nice dummy. Bring it back, and Carmona read the pass back from Childs into the box.
The Sockers have played the beautiful game, without a doubt, in the second half. All facets.
Military Appreciation Night this coming Friday, Nate. But you know what's more important? Can I tell you what's not more important, but maybe something that'll get you excited? Two things. One, free Sockers camouflage hat.
Good stuff.
Two, $2 Bud Light Friday night.
Don't talk dirty to me.
$2 Bud Light Friday night.
Don't you talk that filth to me.
Sockers and stars. Danny Waltman. He's got the hair.
Don't forget Waltman versus Wings.
Waltman versus Wings. And what goes better with about 6 or 7 $2 Bud Lights than Hooters Wings afterwards? Responsibly driven too, of course. 3.5 left in this one. Tope to Claire. Ruiz to Claire. So that's the ultimate goal. You want to eventually, you're still going to have some struggling teams. There's no doubt. And you're going to have some top-heavy teams. But if you've got one team per division that's just ruling the roost, I think it's hard for attendance because the fans see a team that for example here, 9-2, well, if you see Turlock on the schedule again after you watch them lose 9-2, you say, well, what am I going to see, a 10-1 game? And then you come and you see a 10-1 game. You say, well, why would I come to the next one? What's it going to be, 11-0? So you need that. And I think by going to 16 teams, by creating the second tier, we'd love to see that upward growth of franchises where you have more competitive matches. The more competition you have, the more close games you have, the more excitement you have, and the more parity means more teams, fans are involved in the struggle and the result. I've done 5 years of Soccer's Turlock, and once and twice it's not like this, but most of the time it's like this. Here's Toth to Sosa. And what's great about Soccer's home games, of course, Nate, is that whether they're up by 9 or playing a 1-goal nail-biter, our great in-arena crew keeps the fans entertained and keeps the atmosphere lively. Under 2 minutes to play. Carmona, a long run, wants his second of the night.
Oh.
Paz
kind of stopped his run there.
He's not about the Guerra, man. Here's Claire. And he draws a foul.
Like Barajas just threw LSO to the ground, then went and tackled Matt Clare. He's earned those. I feel like with the match that he's played tonight.
Could the Sockers sign Stu Bickle just to be on the bench for when a guy does that twice and then run out and cause mayhem? Is fist fighting allowed in this sport?
You need some sleep, Craig.
Minute 15 left in the fourth.
This is broadcast 9 in the last 11 nights, something like that. Can we get this guy a cup of tea with some honey?
What day is this?
And a nap?
The 60th minute has arrived. 10-1 Sockers. Sockers 9-0. Turlock 2-10 on the season.
Nobody winless in the MASL.
True.
That should be pointed out. Talk about the lack of a strong middle class, and there's certainly a discussion to be had there, and very top-heavy with those 4 teams that we spotlighted. But everybody has a win to their names. I feel like that's very important to point out.
Glad to hear it. Here's Polino. And we'll be back on Friday. $2 Bud Light Friday night. Free camouflage Sockers caps to everyone in attendance. I've seen them. They're a great giveaway. And Military Appreciation Night for the Sockers and the Turlock Express. Let's come on out and support this Sockers team fill the stands, build the momentum. Sockers will be looking to go 10-0 on Friday when they take on the Stars. 9-0, I got to tell you, was basically a fait accompli. And the final 5 seconds will end with that event. 10-1 San Diego is your final score tonight. John Sosa tells the fans, get on up out of your seats. Give us a high five, and it's time to head on home and get your work week started tomorrow. 10-1 San Diego over Turlock tonight. And were you to pick a man of the match, Nate Abarea, who would you pick?
It's a tough one because there's somebody just yelling at me right now saying Craig Childs. Craig Childs leads by example. The captain out there with a couple of goals, couple of assists. But there's an insider's pick that I'm going to go with.
Love it.
For my man of the match. He wears the number 3 for the San Diego Sockers. Raimundo Contreras with a fantastic, well-rounded game. And the reason why I'm giving him my pick for man of the match, Craig, you spotlighted something so important with him, and that's the leadership that he brings at the back. That big body out there, that 6-footer on the arena soccer pitch, real menacing presence, handles everything with class at the back. Him and Sosa have been so important defensively this year. Well, when that guy, who's your defensive stalwart, the guy that keeps things organized at the back, can also go up and score an audacious chip to give you a 3-1 lead the way he did, that's total football. Don't say that man's just a brute defender. He can play with high quality. He can finish with goals straight out of the top drawer. He did just that tonight. One of the plays of the night on a night that was filled with highlight reel material for both sides. Even the one goal that was scored by Turlock was an absolute beauty, but that goal from Contreras right up there with the best of them this evening. The total package from Raimundo, numero 3, Mr. Contreras. He's my man of the match here this evening.
Outstanding. And I'm going to give my man of the match to the only guy that made me jump up and scream twice tonight. And that is number 7, Brian Farber. And I mean, I jumped up and screamed twice just when I saw his hairdo. And then he had a header goal and that nifty back heel. Oh, that was just so pretty. When you do stuff like that and you're that flashy, that's why they call him Flash. Brian Farber. He's going to get my pick tonight. Farber, Contreras, and Fine Childs.
Round it off with the cap.
Fine Childs. Gives you 3 stars tonight. 10-1 Sockers beat Turlock. Thanks to Ross Callan, Dave Evenson, our Sockers broadcast crew. For Nate Abarea, Craig Elston signing off from Valley View Casino Center. We'll talk to you Friday night for $2 Bud Light Friday night, and for the Sockers and the Tacoma Stars on Military Appreciation Night. Until then, so long from America's finest city.